everyone! So it has been over a year and a few months since I filmed last. I was just really busy finishing school, graduating, I got married, lots of stuff went on. I'm finally at a point where I'm kind of settled down, I have a little bit of time, and I was just feeling like I needed to film again. I've gotten a lot of really nice comments from a lot of you, and thank you so much. I've seen every single one of them, and it just has made my day at times. So I just kind of want to jump into it. I'm going to do April favorites. That seems kind of fitting since it's at the end of the month, and that's usually what I would be doing at this time of the month. So I'm going to jump into it. I have a couple powders, a palette, a brush, and a foundation actually, which is insane coming from me. The first thing I want to talk about, actually, I'm kind of going to go backwards. I was looking for a setting powder that I could wear by itself, and it would be okay to wear, you know, kind of full coverage but not cakey. So I checked out the Mineralized Skin Finished by MAC, and this is in Light Plus. Everyone has heard about this. Everyone and their mother talks about this. Unfortunately, my skin hates this stuff. I used it and it just broke me out, so I took a while, kind of took a break to see if I could try it again. Love the finish, it's beautiful, but it breaks me out, which was really unfortunate because I really liked the finish of it. So in search of another powder, came across this one, and this is one of my favorites for the month, and it's by NYX. It's their Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation, and it looks like this. I got this from Ulta, I believe, and it's just a powder, and it really does what it says. It mattifies you, but it doesn't make you look really flat, which I really like. I like to have a little bit of dimension. I have oilier to combination skin, so I wouldn't say this is a mattifying product. I mean, it says Stay Matte But Not Flat. It's not a mattifying product, but it's you still have dimension, but it's not like a shiny product, if that makes sense. It's not a luminous finish. It's a very matte to a satin finish, which I really like. And it comes with like a little sponge in the bottom of it, which I can't even get out. Haven't really used all that much, but it's kind of I used a little bit, but it's really nice just kind of during the day to blot your face out. Really just nice creamy powder. I will say when you're picking out powders, go lighter than you think you need, because this was way lighter than I thought I needed. Granted, I look really white in the camera right now because of the natural light. I'm not as fair as I look, but I was gonna get a darker shade, but they didn't have mine, and so I picked up this one, and it was a perfect match for me. This is 01 Ivory. I think it might have been the lightest shade. I was gonna go for the next up, but it would have been way too dark. These come off a lot darker than they look in the pan, just as a caution. But I really like this. I took this traveling, and I just really like it. It didn't break me out, and it was a nice setting powder. The next thing that I absolutely love is the Sonia Kashuk Neutral Eye Palette. It looks like this. It's the instructional eyeshadow palette. I can't say enough good things about this. This is like every matte you'll ever need. I didn't have a lot of matte shadows, and that's kind of why I went looking for it. Love this. It has all of your colors, from your really light, creamy colors, kind of orangey, brown, pinks, darker, cooler browns, grays, blacks, purples. Awesome. It does get a little powdery messy, but that doesn't really bother me because all makeup does that. But they're all really nice. Very, very, very pigmented products. They're just fabulous. I absolutely love these. The color payoff is sensational. As you can see, that's like once around. I mean, they're awesome. Now that I have marks all over my hands. This is an instructional palette. I got this at Target. I believe it was between $12 and $14. Now this palette has it's called an instructional palette, and so it has little instructions that are in it, and you can kind of flip up and get different looks. I'm seeing now that the ones in Target don't have that anymore, and so, which is nice because it makes this palette a lot thinner and a lot easier to travel with, which is what I did. And I mean, honestly, I don't really use these. I mean, every once in a while I'll be like, you know, kind of look into it and see if there's something that I can try that's new. I don't know, but for the most part I don't need it. So now it's kind of repackaged, it's thinner, and it's just amazing. It has every matte you could ever need, and I just absolutely love this month. The next thing is a highlighter, and like I said earlier, I have oilier to combination skin, and so I'm not big on highlighters just because my face naturally kind of sets to a more dewy finish anyway, so I don't find that I need them. But I've heard this around, I'm trying to think of who it was that was talking about it, but somebody like absolutely loves this, so I had to go out and try it. And it's called So Baked Bronzer in Tiki, and it's by Hardcandy. Really nice. It's just a highlighter. It has a little bit of kind of pinkish. It's peach with kind of a gold shimmer in it. It looks like it's pink on there, but it's not pink. It's a very gold peach highlighter. I actually just have this on as a base on as an eyeshadow base, and I use it as a highlighter. It's a really, really nice product, and it's not too overly like crazy that it's like, that looks really bright and crazy. It's not, I don't know, it's not that bright and crazy. It's very subtle, very nice. I have that. That's the Sonia Kashuk black that like I've rubbed off and can't get off. I'm gonna have to go wash it off. That's how good that stuff is. But anyways, this it's just so nice. It has a really nice gold shimmer. It's supposed to be a bronzer. You'd have to be pretty darn fair to wear this as a bronzer. I mean, I'm fair, but this is, you'd have to be like really fair to pull this off, because that is no bronzer, that's a highlighter. But I really like it. The formula is really nice, and it's just, it gives a really nice sheen, and I just really absolutely have loved this month. The next thing I want to talk about is a powder blush, and it's called Sweet Cheeks, and it's by Bombshell Cosmetics. It looks like this. I actually got this in this month's glam bag, and it is beautiful. Like I opened it and I was kind of nervous. I am not a big pink blush person. This just fell out of the pan. Or not out of the pan, but out of the casing. That's really unfortunate. I don't know how that happened, but just kind of like fell right out there. Beautiful pink color. It's absolutely stunning. And it's really interesting because it's super, I don't even know how to explain it. It's super creamy and has like a sheen. I don't even know how to describe this because it reminds me a lot of like the Lorac blushes, things like that, that have that kind of sheen on them that are just beautiful. It's just so creamy. It's like it's not a cream product, it's a powder blush, but it's just so creamy, and when you touch it, you'll know what I'm talking about because it's insane. Insane. I'm not a huge fan of pink blushes. I prefer peach blushes, kind of more tan blushes. I'm not a huge pink person on my cheeks. It doesn't work as well. But I like it just barely on the apples of my cheeks, and it gives you a really nice pink glow that's just gorgeous, and I absolutely love it. I'm gonna look into other colors from this same line. I love their packaging. It has a little girl on it with a bee. It's super cute. And I just think it's adorable, and I just love this blush. It's been probably the most used pink blush that I own, so that's saying a lot because I just love it. The next thing I want to talk about is another blush, and this is a cream blush from NYX. It's not new. It's called Glow, and it is just a beautiful color. I'm not sure, it's not showing up as coral as it is. It looks kind of pink in the camera as I'm looking at it, but it's a very vibrant, bright, beautiful coral, and I love it because it just sheers out and it gives you like a summer corally glow, and there's no shimmer in it. I don't mind sheen, but I don't like shimmers. But this is just, I love it. It dabs on, blends in beautifully, and you can put anything over it and it helps it stick. And again, it's not a new product. It's called Glow 05, and it's a cream blush by NYX. I had this, I depotted it, which I don't suggest depotting cream blushes. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. Wasn't the best choice I ever made because it made a complete mess. But I was trying to depot some of my blushes, and I accidentally actually depotted one I had of this. And I actually went and got a brand new one to take on a trip with me because I needed it that much. Like, I was going to be gone for 3 weeks, and I needed this blush, and I absolutely love it. It just looks so good. It would look good on everyone. It's just that nice, warm, healthy color, and I just absolutely love it. So check that out. Gorgeous. Love it. Okay, the next thing that kind of goes with the last one is this brush by Real Techniques. It's the Real Techniques stippling brush, and it looks like this. It has the pink handle. It's small. It's not like a big, huge stippling brush. It's a very small one. But I love this with all cream blushes. It is absolutely fantastic. Powder blushes, I prefer fluffier brushes for that, but I really love this. My stippling brush from Sigma, I don't care for as much as this. I actually don't like that brush just because the bristles are they're not as dense as this. Like, this is a super dense brush. So when you put the product on your cheek, it just kind of blends it, and it's just really, really nice, and I absolutely love it. And it doesn't leave streaks or anything because it is so dense. But at the same time, it has littler fiber, so it doesn't pick up a ton of product. So I don't know, it's just the perfect brush to use with any cream blush. Like, it's amazing, and I use it all the time with my NYX blush. Amazing. Just love it. I love this brushes. I've actually started getting into a lot more of their brushes recently. I have this one, and I have a big powder brush, and I have like a kind of synthetic blending eye brush, and all these brushes have been really nice. I really like them. You can like sit them on a tabletop like this, and they sit. I did that a lot while I was traveling, while they were drying and things like that out on the table. So I absolutely love this brush. Again, this is the stippling brush by Real Techniques. It's a pink handle, really small, awesome. The last thing I'm going to talk about is a foundation. Now, I have really temperamental skin. I think the next video that I'm going to do is going to be a skincare, just in general skincare. Not a skincare routine necessarily, because I think everyone's skin is different and that's not all that helpful to me, but just things that I've used for my skin that have really, really helped, just seriously have helped my skin in general, because I just have really ornery skin, to say the least. But I really struggled looking for foundations because, again, I hate to like spend a lot of money on a foundation that's gonna break me out. It's just a total nightmare. Then I want something that's a really, really good coverage, because I have a lot of acne scarring, but that isn't gonna look like it's a lot of coverage. That's gonna look really natural, that's not overly shiny, again, because I have oily to combination skin, which I think is really important to mention when talking about foundations, because I do not have dry skin by any means, but I don't have overly oily skin where I want something that's really going to mattify me. I kind of want something in the middle. So on that, I tried out so many different foundations. I went to Sephora, got a lot of different samples looking for what I really liked, and I came across this one and I really, really enjoy it. And it's the Tarte Maracuja Miracle Foundation, and it's a 12-hour foundation broad spectrum SPF 15 sunscreen, and it comes in this little bottle like this. I tried the other foundation, which seems to be really popular, which is the Clay Foundation. Again, I don't have dry skin, or I don't have oily skin, and it's kind of a mattifying because it has a clay in it, and it came off really chalky on me. Like, when I put it on, it kind of, I don't know, like all the imperfections showed. If I had like a dry patch from where I had broken out, it clung to those, and I didn't like that. So if you have a really super oily skin and never have any flakes on your face, maybe that would work nice for you. But this has the Maracuja oil, which is kind of like argan oil. So it's really moisturizing, but not so much that I'm oily, if that makes sense. The color that I'm in is ivory. I think that was what my NYX was too, but this one's ivory. Really nice. It has a pump applicator, which I love, although a little bit of this goes a really long way, so it's kind of a bummer because when you squirt it out, like one pump would last me like 3 days, and you can't really do like half a pump because it just makes a mess. But I love this foundation. It has really good coverage. I still use like concealer with it because I do have darker spots that I need to conceal, but even like when my skin is really clear and I'm having a really good day, I'll just like slap this on and go, and it's not heavy and it's not cakey, and it's amazing, and I've loved it. I've tried a lot of different foundations, and I've really, really enjoyed this. I'll probably get a summer color as well. I really like this, and that's saying a lot for our foundation because I have a really hard time with foundations. Drugstore foundations actually tend to work really well for me. Not sure why. Higher end foundations just really tend to break me out. So this is kind of my first higher end foundation that I absolutely love. So that is it for my April favorites. I'm really excited to film and kind of get back into filming. I've missed everybody. I'm just really excited to get back. So I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.